Okay, so I think that sounds really good. We're back. I wasn't really thinking or planning to do a video journal today, but here we are, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I look much different compared to the last time, but I do feel different, and there's a lot of updates. I'm not sure if I have talked about this before um, here in the videos, but I mean, a couple months ago, I got told that I am going to Sweden to work as a junior sales manager. So I'm very happy, very excited. I don't know, maybe I did do a video. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But I don't know, it's just been great. And I don't know, I'm really excited. Uh, yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy to think that time has gone by so quickly. You know, life has gone by really quickly. And now I'm 1 week away from turning 25, and I don't know, it just feels weird. It feels very strange because I don't know, I think of my past, you know. I want to say my past lives because I really do think that I've lived several lives throughout my life. You know, I mean, I've lived in what, Spain, United States in two different cities, Sweden already in two different cities, Mexico in three different cities, and now I'm gonna go to the third one in Sweden. So, and I don't know, I'm gonna go to more after, but each place has a feeling of its own. You know, I feel like I'm a different person wherever I am, probably because of how, you know, I end up reacting to the circumstances. Uh, you know, I'm not the same person when I'm here in Puebla compared to when I'm in Morelia or Mexico City or anywhere else. You know, it's very strange, but it's very interesting, and I think there's probably an explanation for that, a deeper one, and I want to look into it hopefully soon. But I don't know, it's just strange, you know, that life has gone by so fast. And I think back on my life, and I'm like, my life has been so much more full and rich, you know, rich in terms of fullness, you know, and love and experiences, that I'm just very fortunate to have had the parents I've had so far, to have the brother I have, my friends, um, everyone. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Totally crazy. Uh, yeah. I mean, now I feel like I understand what old people say when they're like, I remember the good old days, you know. And I feel like I'm still in the good old days. You know, you always remember times more fondly than you experience them. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just very, 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 very interesting to see how things change throughout your lifetime, you know. And I don't know. I understand my parents now when they say that I'm gonna understand being an adult and why being a kid is so nice, you know. I get it now. And I also get why we shouldn't care about what other people think. We shouldn't care about money. We shouldn't care about really anything. I mean, of course, money can be very nice, you know, helps us get things we want, experiences we want. That's why I would like to use money in. But and of course, being just calm and having that tranquility of knowing that things are okay, and you're not gonna starve to death or suffer or have that stress. That's the good thing about money. That's the extent to which it is necessary. But life is so much more. It's about the people you meet, the experiences you have. Because once we die, there's nothing. I mean, I'm an atheist. Maybe that changes. I hope it changes, because I would love for there to be a God. I mean, or not necessarily a God, just something more. I would love that, but I just need to see it, or be sure of it myself. And I haven't seen anything that would make me think that so far. But yeah, I don't know. It's just such a strange thing. Life itself. Whenever we end up dying, I mean, the only thing, and if you get like a little cool down room after you die to look back on your life, you're gonna realize that the only thing you truly have are memories and relationships and people and love, happiness. You have emotions, and you have love. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the only thing we have, we truly have, or the only thing that truly matters. And I'm being very reflective right now, but I mean, it's a time to be reflective, because my life is about to change a lot. I'm gonna go to another continent, which I've done several times in the past. 4 to be exact. This is going to be the 5th. I'm going to another continent, and it's going to be like the 8th time I'm going to another country. But my point here is that my life is going to be very different. Things are going to be very different, and I'm not going to be the same person. But I mean, you're never the same person that you were 1 year before, or 1 year prior. I know I'm gonna grow and improve a lot of things. I'm sure of that, but at the same time, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna be different. And I don't know if that's for the better. I'm not gonna be better in terms of the things I know, but what I'm trying to say is that how should I put it? Like, it's always good, people are always good enough. A lot of times we feel like we're not good enough. And that's what I'm not trying to do to myself right now. I'm not trying to say to myself that, oh, you're not good enough, but you're gonna be good enough, or you're gonna become good enough, because I am, and I am gonna be good enough. I'm gonna be a good person, a great person actually, and I am a great person. I'm saying the enough part because some people feel, and sometimes I have felt like I'm not good enough, or like I'm not enough for myself, which is not the case. And when I was 5 years old, I was enough, and I was good enough, and I was great, and I was a great 5-year-old. And when I was 15, it's the same thing, and you always have to keep going in that trajectory. That's what I think. Doing the right things for yourself and the people you love, because that's all we have. That's I'm getting very emotional, but that's all we have. And I am so excited, but at the same time, I'm feeling very, nostalgic for the past. This one feels different, and I feel like I haven't it hasn't really set in reality. It's gonna set in when I've been there for like 6 months or 1 year, and I'm gonna be like, oh, this is for real. And I'm so excited, and I know I'm gonna do great. I'm gonna be enough, as I said. But at the same time, it's just crazy that it's crazy to think that my life is never gonna look the same. I'm gonna do a lot of things that I've always wanted to do, that I've been waiting for. I'm gonna finally be independent, which I think is something you want since the day you were born. When you're 5 years old, you're like, no, I wanna do this and do that, and like I don't want my parents telling me things. And I mean, I still feel like that. I still feel like, oh yeah, I wanna be independent, but now I value my parents much more. I really do. I value everything, and being with them. And I haven't been with them for the past 4 years, 5 years, since I came to university. But it's just so weird. It feels weird, but it feels good at the same time. Life is moving forward for me. And I think it's going to be great for me, because I do feel that, I mean, even though I'm good enough and I'm a great person, I still feel like there's a lot of things that I can improve, and a lot of things that are going to make me feel much better about my life. And I say that because I think that the past, I spoke like I was British right there. I feel like the past 4 or 5 years have been very inconsistent, and how should I say it, like very, there's been a lot of how should I say it, like there hasn't really been stability. And I mean that in the way that I haven't been in a single apartment for over a year. I have changed so many times, because either I'm gonna move in with a friend, and then I move there, and then another opportunity comes in, and then it's gonna be cheaper. The next apartment is gonna be cheaper, much cheaper, and even better. Also with friends, so I moved there, and then I have to move to Mexico City for work. So I moved to Mexico City, so it's a fully new place and completely different. And then I live there, and then I come back to Puebla because I want to do the last 3 months here at university and just enjoy life again. So I come back for another 3 months. So what I mean is I haven't had a single place, I haven't had a real hub. I went to Sweden for my exchange, then I came back and I went to another apartment. So it's just been so unstable in terms of my living situation. So I feel like this time there's gonna be stability, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm like, oh, I'm finally gonna be able to buy furniture, because I never buy furniture here in Mexico, because I know that if I buy like a couch in less than 1 year after I buy it, I'm not even gonna have it anymore, because I'm gonna be in another place, or maybe I'm not gonna have any way to move it. I don't know, there's so many things. But I'm finally gonna have my own place. I want that. I want a place that feels like my space, which I haven't had since I was like in my childhood home. My room there feels like my room. But at the same time, I don't live there anymore. So I need another place. And I know that's gonna be the place, and I'm so excited about that. Like, I'm gonna finally be able to breathe. Because here, I mean, this place, it's okay. I'm only gonna be here for 3 months, and it's already been over 1. I'm almost halfway through the time of being here, and it just feels strange. You get used to the place, the place, and then you go. I mean, for me, so I'm gonna be so much calmer I'm there. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to do like activities, after work. I'm very excited for work, and I know I'm gonna do a great job. And I'm gonna like really dedicate myself into that. But I think that's a given. Given how I am, I'm gonna do great, and I know that. I'm gonna grow so much. But I also feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can, like, I'm gonna have, how should I say, like in my free time, afternoons and weekends, I'm gonna be able to go camping and read a lot, and maybe even, play video games, do normal things, because here in Mexico, since I was studying and working at the same time, I do feel like, I don't know, like it was very hard. I never had time to just breathe also. I feel like going to Sweden is very exciting because I'm going to be able to breathe. The sad part is going to be that I'm going to be far away from the people I love. But at the same time, I know that the people I love are going to go visit me. And I'm going to talk about something that I haven't mentioned in this video so far, or someone. And that's Dani, my girlfriend. I am very happy with her. We have talked about moving there to Sweden together. And she says she's gonna go, but I'm honestly scared because I'm not sure if she will really go. I hope she does. I really hope she goes. And I know that, like, I've already told her that I chose her, I really want to be with her. And I want her to be the person of my life. And I hope it works out, I don't want to doubt. And I don't have any doubts of how much she loves me. But I think my doubt or my fear is that maybe that changes when I'm there for her. Because I know for a fact that I can hold on. But I don't know if her mom is gonna be against her going, or if she's just not gonna want to go anymore, or maybe we even break up before I leave, which I hope doesn't happen, because that would completely destroy my heart before I move to Sweden. But I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen, man. I just want things to be alright, and I really want to work things out, And I feel relatively sad that things, I feel like the last week, maybe week and a half, she's been very sensitive, and I feel like maybe it's because I'm about to leave for Sweden, or maybe it's because, maybe I think it's because of that, and maybe she's just growing more and more unsure about if things are gonna work out, and she's getting scared, which I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I'm just unsure. I think that's the word. I am unsure. Because I am sure about her. I'm just unsure that she's gonna go. I'm sure that I want to be with her, and that I want to get married with her and everything, but I think that there's a lot of things that she has to work out before she goes there, things of her, like, that have to do with her relationship with her mother. I feel like that's something that's very, I don't feel like it's important. That's important. That is important. Not just that I feel like it is. But another thing is that You know, I think there's been a couple of situations where I'm like, are there any trust issues between us? You know, I think that the relationship itself has to mature if it's gonna survive something like a long distance relationship. And I hope it works out. I really hope, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I hope it works out. And I hope that when I watch this in a few years, I'm like, look, it did work out, and here we are. But if it doesn't, I'm sure it will have been for the best. And I'm sure that wherever we both are, it's gonna be a great place. A great place. I'm sure about that. You know, I feel like you have to listen to your heart, but at the same time, you have to listen to your mind. But in terms of love, I think the heart has to be the compass. Compass. I'm talking in a strange accent. I think it has to be the compass. You know, the heart. And then the mind, you know, your logical side can be the ship that sails toward the future. But you have to know where you're going, you know, and you have to have good intentions, and you have to have just, I don't know, just the heart. You have to have heart. If you don't have it, you don't have anything. I'm getting very philosophical again. But I don't know, I'm excited about the future. I hope she goes, and I'm sure we're gonna build something great. And if she doesn't end up going, I'm sure she's gonna be great, and I'm gonna be proud of her, whatever she does. I just feel like this is a great opportunity for both of us. And I know that she's gonna grow so much professionally if she goes. I know she will. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe she just wants something different. And I hope she's being honest with me that, you know, about the fact that she does want to go. And yeah, we have to figure out a couple of things before I go, and then I should go, and then she can join me. But if she doesn't, then life, I mean, then that's life. You know, like Frank Sinatra says. I think it's Frank Sinatra. I hope it is, because if not, I'm gonna know I was wrong in the future, which is okay, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Life is good. Life is looking up, and the future is good. You know, I'm very excited, and I'm so excited for what's to come. You know, my life has already been like 10 different lives. Now I'm gonna have 10 different lives in the future, and maybe even more. Who knows? I'm very adaptable, so who knows where I'm gonna end up in the future. I know it's gonna be someplace that's good, and yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I mean, cheers to the future, you know, to good things happening in life. I'm so reflective right now. But yeah, I mean, I know that I'm probably gonna do 1 or 2 more videos before I go. Hopefully I don't forget, which I might, but I don't think I will. I have to film something in Morelia, a couple of videos at least, you know. But yeah, I guess life is moving along, and I am moving along with it, so that's good. And yeah, this has been a slightly longer than normal video, but I just wanted to talk about all those things, and I have to get back to study because I have an exam, which is from a class called biomedical or telecommunications and biomedical systems, or biomedical system communications, or telecommunications. I wouldn't say difficult, it's just demanding. It's an actual class, and I really like it, but it's tough, and I have to pass it, because if not, it's gonna generate so many problems when I'm moving there to Sweden. So I have to finish that. So I'm gonna get back to that now. Yeah, that sounded weird, but yeah. I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah, it feels weird, that now I'm about to press this, and it feels like I'm pausing or stopping the peek into the past. So every extra second, it's an extra second that future me is gonna have when looking back at this and being like, oh look, I got to see a little bit more.